All right, today we're going to talk about the ET Group way. We're going to do a little bit of an introduction with Dirk. We're going to talk what it means, how it evolved, why do we do it, and where it's going to go or where it's going. So, Dirk, starting us off, maybe you can answer the question on why. Why do we work differently?
Yeah, thanks, Rob. Um, I guess starting with why and starting with the purpose of the whole thing. I think we have all felt that the way businesses usually run and operate just feels fundamentally wrong, and it's somehow broken. And I think, like everyone that has had experience working in other places, has a whole bunch of baggage that they've experienced in those organizations. So the reason why that we come up with an ETG way is to try to do something different that feels better, where people can come to work and be inspired, do meaningful work, and do it with autonomy, which feels really good. So it's ultimately a belief that we can do better in the way we work as an organization.
And could you describe a little bit more about maybe what's broken in your mind? You said don't use the word broken.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the predominant business paradigm, if you wish, it's one that's really focused on one, profit, right? There's a huge focus on numbers and making money and growing for the sake of growing. And that's one thing that feels in a way soulless, even though organizations are composed of people. The motive behind business just feels wrong. So that's one thing. This crazy focus around profit. The other piece is this perception that we can predict and control the future. And this has shifted quite dramatically because of COVID. I feel like most companies have realized that you can no longer predict and control. So actually, the ETG way, it is more based on sensing what actually is and responding to that reality. So that's another key difference. And the other one is believe that people. So I think many organizations believe that people just are doing the work because they want the money, or somehow they want it for their own self-interest. And we really believe that actually people want to do meaningful work. Everyone wants to do meaningful work. We naturally care about doing good work. So that's another like key difference in a way of the ETG way. That's based on trusting each other.
Okay. Can you give us a little bit of history on how and when ET Group adopted this new approach?
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, this started with me being an ET Group for already, I believe it was like 8 or 9 years, and then feeling really bad. Even though we had been growing the company, I felt like somehow we had taken the soul of the company and forgotten about it. And we were very focused on growth and making money and all that sort of stuff. And I felt fundamentally wrong. I was almost depressed around the current state, even though financially we were doing okay. So I actually decided to take a year off and figure out what was this question that I had, and it really was around, okay, there has to be a different way that we can organize, and ended up learning a whole bunch of ways of working and experiencing other organizations through a master's program that I did in Sweden that really inspired a whole series of practices. And then after that year program, came back to ET Group and started prototyping with some of these new ways of working. And at one point you have to make the decision to go all in, and we really went all in as a team at the end of 2016. That's when we really committed to this journey that, like, yeah, we don't fully know what we're getting ourselves into, but we're committed to reinventing how we fundamentally operate.
And what would you say, or how would you describe the core beliefs
Hmm.
behind this approach to working?
Yeah. I think core beliefs are, hey, we all want to contribute, right? If you're if you're alive, you want to ultimately add value. So you probably need to align with the purpose of the organization that you work with. You have to believe that what the organization you're working with um, is adding value to society somehow. So that's a key thing, a resonance between your own calling and the calling of the organization. In ET Group's case, our gift to the world is to bring harmony to work and workplace with technology. So if you're part of ET, there probably should be resonance with that purpose. That's one thing. Then two, another critical one is, we believe that people thrive when they have autonomy, mastery, and purpose, like I already mentioned. So autonomy means, you don't need someone to micromanage you and tell you what to do. If you have the mastery to energize your particular role, we can trust you to do the right things. We can trust you to be accountable for the role that you're energizing. So a lot of trust is part of the some of the core beliefs. And what's the other one? Oh, the other core belief is that we are all unique and different, and we all bring different strengths to the table. So we're all able to energize different roles and contribute in a meaningful way towards the purpose of the company.
Okay. And what's changing, or what's the goal? Where's the journey going to take us?
So I don't know the exact destination, but I can tell you what I think we're trying to create, and how we feel when we're working at ET Group. So I feel like we're really trying to create an organization where people are not just engaged, they're truly inspired, right? They're doing amazing, meaningful work where they're able to, give their gifts and do awesome stuff together, where they're able to continuously grow and develop themselves. And of course, we're doing some incredible work out there for our clients. But I think that's the feeling we're trying to create. It's kind of like an incubator for personal growth that's doing meaningful work out there in the world. I hope that made some sense.
So one last question. How would you judge, or what would be a measure of success?
I mean, huge measure of success is how inspired people feel working in the organization. Do they feel like they're, being invited to step out of their comfort zone, to try out new things and again, grow? Like one metric that we track is our employee net promoter score. If we have an excellent score, that's a great measure of success. It's also like people deciding to, stay at ET Group, or leave, but still be very good friends to ET Group. Another measure has been, people leaving the company and then realizing that the company is great, so they ended up coming back. We have a whole bunch of people where that happened. So,
all right. Well, this has been great. Is there any last words or anything else you want to add?
Yeah, no, just an invitation for everyone that's joining the team to really jump in. This whole ETG way, it's not just a handbook that's online. It's a way of working that we bring to life by practicing together and learning together. And I'll just say that it does take effort, because it's a different way of interacting with each other. So don't give up. Keep trying, and we're all there to help each other out.